It has been a hot minute. I took a fat nap. What have I been doing for 6 to 9 months? I've gotten into running. I want to cry. It just wasn't all that exciting. I'm never ever going to do this again in my life. I am having slight regrets about starting this book. Any motivation to finish it is like non-existent. And Love Zone too. Fabulous. Well, hi. It has been a hot minute. I actually think it's been like 2 years since I set up the camera to film something. We need a little bit of a recap. Now, I don't want to make this too chatty because I do want this to be a bit of a week in the life, so we're going to try to keep this nice and short. And by we, I mean me, because I am a chatty bitch when I want to be. Little bit of a recap. Where have I been for the past 2 years? I ended up getting a new full-time job. I worked as an administrative support officer in the public sector for about 1.5 years. I ended up leaving my full-time job because I decided that I wanted to go back to uni, and Lord knows why, I've gotten into running. I have always been that person who's like, ew, no, I hate running. I will never run. I can't run. I also fell into that trap of, oh, I'm just gonna start with 5K.
Oh my gosh, we did it. First 5K done in 35 minutes. Oh, I'm so proud of myself.
Do you think I stopped? No, I didn't. I hit 5K and I was like, you know what? Might as well just keep going. I ran 10K. I was like, I'm never ever going to do this again in my life.
Oh my God, we did it. 10.6 in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Oh, I'm never doing that again.
And I also remember sending a Snapchat to my friends at that point saying, if I ever say that I want to run a half marathon, I want you to shoot me. And then what did I do? Like 2 weeks ago, I ran Run Melbourne. I ran a half marathon. Did I finish that race and say I'm never going to do another one of those again because it was miserable? Absolutely I did. Did I wake up the next morning and sign up for another one? Yes, I did. But anyway, over to the book side of things. I have read so many things in the past 2 years. I feel like I could definitely do a bit of a favorites video and just talk about all of the books that I have loved in the past 2 years that I haven't been filming. That actually is such a good idea. Hang on, I'm gonna write that down. But anyway, as for currently reading, I'm currently reading Gibson by Jacki James. It is book 3 in the Daddies of River Gorge series. I do love Jacki James when I just want a feel-good romance, something that I know is gonna be really sweet, really easy to sink into, and it's just gonna be good vibes all around. Change of scenery. Not gonna lie, I took a fat nap after that last clip and genuinely didn't remember anything that I'd read, so I did have to backtrack. I am 46% of the way through the book on chapter 15, and I am having slight regrets about starting this book. I knew when I finished book 2 that I didn't want to go straight into book 3 because there are only so many feel-good romances that you can read in a row before they start to get a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring. I am going to push through because I don't want to leave it unfinished, and I am enjoying it. It's just a little bit of a slog because I want something more exciting to happen, and I'm also thinking about the other books currently on my Kindle that I'm going to read after this. I have a new Great Brian, I have a new Cora Rose, and I'm just so excited. I have Pit Stop by Cora Rose waiting on my Kindle. That's the alarm for my dinner. So sorry. Let me go shake my potato gems. Hold on a minute. Moving on to what this book is actually about though. So like I said, it is book 3 in the River Gorge Daddies. No, that is not the series. Close. Book 3 in the Daddies of River Gorge series by Jacki James. Book 3 is focusing on Gibson. He is the local vet in the town of River Gorge. It's a very small country town. And if you couldn't guess by the series title, Gibson is a daddy, and this whole book is about him finding his boy in an unsuspecting character, his best friend of like 35, almost 40 years. Gibson and Tristan have known each other honestly since they were in high school. Tristan is the reason why Gibson realized that he was a daddy. Tristan just brought out his daddy tendencies. He never thought that Tristan was actually an option until Tristan gets drunk one night when they're like in their 40s and accidentally says, "Thank you, daddy." Hello. To start with, Gibson does think that Tristan is just teasing him a little bit because of course Tristan and all of their close friends know that Gibson is a daddy. And then he finds Tristan's profile on a dating app and is like, holy fuck, the man who kickstarted this whole thing for me might actually be an option. Oh my god, I want to cry. I just had a job interview and I do not think it went well. You think that like the more job interviews you do and the older you get, you would get over how nervous you get before a job interview, but I feel like that never happens. And I guess it's a good thing because being nervous means that like you care, you want to do well, but being nervous before going into a job interview is not good for my sanity and for my ability to answer questions. I need to call my mother. Can't lie, going for a run is the last thing I feel like doing right now. And did I have a solid mint TV on the way home? Yes, I did. So my whole drive home from that interview, I was on the phone to my mum. And she was like, oh, this is great though. You're going for a run. You're going to be able to get out all of your energy on your run and it'll be great. And I'm like, no, it won't. Because this is a zone 2 run. My zone 2 is still like 10-minute case. It's a walk. I love zone 2. Oh, I haven't gotten to do a running fit check before. If anyone cares, my top is from Gymshark, my shorts are from Stax, and my shoes are the Hoka Bondi 8s, I think. Alrighty, I figure it is time for a reading update. Also, happy Thursday, if I haven't said that already. If you can't tell, I'm feeling much more mentally stable after that walk. I ended up going for a 6K walk. Hopefully, with time, zone 2 will actually become a run like it's meant to be and not a brisk walk. But for the time being, I figured we could do a reading update. I did read a little bit more of Gibson before I went to bed last night, so I'm currently on 59%, chapter 19. I feel like my thoughts and feelings haven't really changed on this. I'm still happy with it, but I'm also still kind of bored. But I feel like that's also just me kind of entering a reading slump, not necessarily the book itself. I have chosen the worst time. If I had filmed this like 2 months back when I broke my toe, oh honey, we would have been content heavy. I would have had so many books to talk about. I was honestly devouring like a book a day. Now, however, it's taking me almost a week to get through this. I think as well, I'm just like back in my YouTube era. I've been catching up on all of my subscriptions. I realized that some of my favorite YouTubers, I have not watched their videos for a good like 6 to 9 months. What have I been doing for 6 to 9 months? I'm catching up on videos from like November last year. Where have I been? You may have also seen me reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I did see Ella from Smiley Citrus talking about this and I couldn't help myself. Was I meant to be on a book buying ban when I bought this? Absolutely I was, but I told myself that because it was non-fiction, it didn't count. Because that makes total sense. Anyway, I'm only up to chapter 2. Page 33. So I feel like I don't know enough about the book yet to really tell you what the Let Them Theory actually is. I guess the gist of it is just stop trying to control what other people are going to do, what other people are going to think of you. If you want to post something on YouTube and you're worried that people are going to judge you for it, let them judge you for it. That should not change whether or not you still want to post that thing on YouTube. If they're going to judge you, so be it. Their judgment should not determine how you live your life and the things that you do. So that's the vibe I'm getting from it so far, and I'm loving it, because coming back to YouTube, trying to be more active on Instagram and TikTok is terrifying, because I'm so conscious of what other people think of me, and I hate it. I never used to be this anxious about it, so I'm hoping that this book can offer a different perspective on that. Try to help me through this anxiety. And honestly, I don't know what it is about nonfiction, but I will happily annotate a nonfiction book. And I'm not talking highlighters or anything though. I haven't done that since like year 12 English, and that was a school book, so I didn't give a shit. If it's a book that's going on my shelf, the most adventurous we're getting is underlining with a grey lead pencil. And you best believe I will be using a ruler to make sure that shit is straight. Every time I start a new nonfiction book, I'm like, wow, I'm actually learning shit. Like, why do I not do this more often? And maybe it hits different because I am going through a phase like this where I'm so worried about what other people think and trying not to let that stop me from doing what I actually want to do. But this next part that I loved, I suppose I was just waiting for some kind of permission to put myself out there. Maybe you're doing that right now. I am. How did you know? Waiting for the right time, waiting to feel ready or a little less afraid, waiting for someone to come along and tell you that today is the day to start. The problem with waiting is no one is coming. The only permission you need is your own. And I was like, wow, common sense. I know that the only permission I need is my own, but to have someone tell me that, I'll listen, Mel. So anyway, would recommend, but I'll keep you updated. Oh, it's just whacked me right in the face. What time is it? 12:45. Good afternoon, I guess. Where did the morning go? And happy Sunday. I have not picked up the camera since Thursday. I went out on Friday night, was feeling a bit sorry for myself yesterday. And we're bouncing back today. Fabulous. Just changing my jumper because I had a different one on and it was a bit thin, and the sun might be out today, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's still warm. We love an Aussie winter. I have no reading updates because I have not picked up my book since Thursday, and I'm really struggling to finish this book. Like, I have no desire to read whatsoever. Any motivation to finish it is like non-existent. Plan of attack for today is to smash out the rest of this book. I'm going to sit outside, going to get some vitamin D on my face because it is the only part of me that is exposed. We're going to get it done. I think I'm 60% of the way through the book, and I know that if I hunker down, I can get the rest of it done in maybe like an hour. Other than that, I have no plans for today. It's one of those days where I just don't feel like doing anything, but at the same time, not doing anything is making me feel bad because I feel like I'm not doing anything because I'm not. It's a bit of a cycle. Anyway, let's get to it. PSA, I know my outfit does not match. That whacked me in the eye. Fabulous. Good afternoon, welcome to Monday. I did mean to wrap up this vlog last night, but I didn't actually finish reading Gibson until about 9 o'clock at night, and honestly, I just couldn't be bothered. So here we are today. Also, please ignore this lighting. I'm trying to block it out with my head, but we'll make do. There were a couple reasons behind my rating for this book. The first two books, I'm pretty sure I both rated 4 stars. This one, I don't know if it was because of my mindset or if the content of the book just wasn't as exciting. The whole conflict in this book wasn't necessarily that they were best friends coming into a relationship, but it was more that Tristan, being the mayor of River Gorge and going up for re-election, he didn't want their relationship to come out before the election was over, just in case he didn't get elected, because of like the nature of their relationship being like a daddy-boy relationship. And honestly, it just wasn't all that exciting. Am I excited by the premise of book 4? Absolutely I am, but I'm not going to delve into it straight away because I am not going to make the same mistake again. I do think my next new read is going to be Pit Stop by Cora Rose, but at the same time, I don't feel mentally ready to delve into a new book, especially one that is kind of highly anticipated for me. I don't want to delve into it in this headspace because I feel like I won't enjoy it as much if I do. So I might go on a little bit of a rereading binge. I started rereading Soul Eater by Lily Mayne last night, but honestly, I made it like 5 pages in before I fell asleep. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. Thank you so much for tuning in if you've made it all the way to the end. This has been so much fun returning to vlogging. I thought it would feel a little bit weird setting up the camera and talking to it again, but honestly, I was gonna say it's like riding a bike, but riding a bike does not come easily to me, so bad analogy. But yeah, as always, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe if you like the content, and if you have any recommendations for videos or books or literally anything, pop a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye guys.